Hello my magic beach bums! Welcome to today's teaching. I am Yomi. Before I tell you today's story, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out when we upload new lessons. Today I am going to tell you a story that will teach you the huge importance of every decision you make, and its impact on the rest of your life. There was once a man by the name of Tom. He had spent his entire life working as a builder of houses, as had his father before him, and his father's father before him. He had never done anything other than this type of work, and after almost 50 years, Tom was indeed a master craftsman. However, after all of this time, Tom felt that he was tired of his work. Every morning, when he woke up, his body ached from head to heel and he felt exhausted. He had convinced himself that the point had been reached in his life, where he now deserved to enjoy a long and happy retirement. He had worked for the same family for the previous 20 years, and he knew that they would not want him to end his contract with them. However, his body was telling him that he was an old man now, and he needed to rest more. Also, his mind was telling him that he had no more to learn about his craft, and he felt bored. He decided that he wanted to spend the remainder of his life, enjoying more time with his wife, his children and his grandchildren too. Of course he would miss receiving a monthly paycheck, but he had saved money over the years, and he and his family would still be able to enjoy a good standard of living. When he met with his employers, to tell them that he had reached the end of the road as a builder, they were indeed very sad to hear what Tom had to say. They cared for him very much, and so they understood his reasons for coming to such a conclusion. His client expressed great regret at losing his best employee, and so requested if Tom might build just one more house, as a personal favor to him. Although he did not want to agree, Tom knew that this man had been good to him many times in the past, and so he reluctantly succumbed to the request, and set to work. However, Tom's mind was not on the task at hand, and he worked half-heartedly on this farewell project. He had a reputation amongst the other builders, as being a man who took great pride and care in his work, but now he did not feel the same drive to meet his own high standards. His energy was low, and his working days became shorter. He took no time when choosing building materials, and the overall design of the project, internally and externally, was both cheap and overly austere. Tom eventually finished the project and, feeling somewhat relieved, he entered his boss's office and handed over the keys for the freshly constructed house. His client was very grateful that Tom had completed the task for him. His boss told him, "Tom, you have been such an exemplary servant to me. Also a great friend to me and my wife, and like an uncle to my children. I would like to show you a token of my great esteem for you, by presenting you with a gift." Although Tom felt overwhelmed with emotion by the compliments that he was receiving, he also felt secretly guilty that he had not built this project with his usual attitude, and he felt that he had let his boss down. The client continued to speak. "The reason I asked you to build one final house for me, is because I wanted you to know how much I have appreciated the 2 decades of your life that you have dedicated to my personal dream." When he had finished speaking, he handed the keys to the house, back to his old employee and said, "Tom, this new house is my gift to you." Tom could not believe what had just happened. If he had known that this property was to be for him and his family, he would have taken more time to build it to a luxurious standard. He would have ensured that all of the building materials were of the finest quality, that the wood and concrete he chose, would last for many years to come. He would have designed the building in such a way, that all who visited there, would admire his masterful work. If only he'd known, he would surely have handled it differently. And so it is with us in our existence. We build our lives, day by day, frequently putting in less than our best effort. Then, to our surprise, we realize we must live in this house we have constructed. We would do things differently, if we could go back in time. However, this is an impossibility. You too are like a master builder, and you shape wood, or lay a tile, or build a frame, every day. This project called life, as it is often said, is very much a do-it-yourself project. When we look back over our time on this earth, we see that we are indeed the ones who have laid the foundations. We are the ones who have chosen the attitudes, the patterns of behavior, and the overall framework in which we live. This very framework, and the decisions you make in the here and now, contribute to the structure of the home you will live in tomorrow. As a result, be very mindful that every foundation that you lay, every brick that you place, day by day, you should do so with a good heart, and always with useful intention. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new teachings. Don't forget to check out the description for this video, because it includes some great links for you. Go make magic in your life and tell us about it in the comments. See you real soon right here, at my magic beach.